The New York Knicks, they picked up win number 49 of the season on Friday night as they bounced the Nets at the Garden, 101-96. One more game to go in the regular season for the playoff-bound Knickerbockers. So let's discuss where they stand before Sunday's finale. We're going to do it with the great Knicks beat writer for the New York Post, Stefan Bondy, who joins me now. Steph, long time no see. You were close to the finish line of the regular season. How are you feeling?
I'm good, man. It's been a long season, but very promising. And I mean, what else can you say about Jaylen Brunson? I mean, he does it every single time. He raises the bar every time, and I think that's been the story of this season is Jaylen Brunson.
I like that. Jaylen Brunson raising the bar. Definitely right about that. Now, Steph, the Knicks, they showed their comeback ability, which might also be a story of the season for them last night after getting down to Brooklyn, where they scored only 14 points in the first quarter. What did you make of the team's play this past week, where we saw the Knicks go 4-0 with 3 road victories?
Well, I think they showed tremendous resolve. They've been in a situation all season long where it's like, all right, they've been dealing with a lot of injuries. Finally, they're starting to bring guys back. They're trying to incorporate them at the same time. OG Anunoby has only just recently come back from his setback, and he's looking a lot better. It seems like Mitchell Robinson seems to be getting his act together. Isaiah Hartenstein, although he didn't play last night, his minutes restrictions look like it was finally off in Boston. So I think what I make of this team now is that they're peaking at the right time. I don't think they're quite as good as what they were in January when they also had Julius Randle. But this has been the second best stretch of the season for them. And it's coming at a good time because the playoffs, like we said, are right around the corner.
Yeah, right here, right around the corner, one game left. We're going to talk about this game because the Knicks, they have their chance to get win number 50 on Sunday. Does this team care about reaching the 50-win mark, Steph? And if they do, what does it mean to this franchise that appears to be, at least for now, on an upward trajectory?
Yeah, I mean, the number 50 for them probably, I haven't had this discussion with them, but I don't think it means that much to this individual players and the coaches. But what it symbolizes to maybe the fan base and to, the people like me who covering the team is that this franchise is kind of it's flipped on its head. I mean, I've been covering this team since 2015. I've seen a lot of down years. I've seen a lot of disasters. But under Tom Thibodeau, and especially when you factor in Jaylen Brunson and what he's done, you can look at where this franchise is now, and 50 wins is special just because, they hadn't done it since 2013 with Carmelo Anthony in that 1 year. And ever since then, it's been a wreck until Tom Thibodeau and Jaylen Brunson, and even before Jaylen Brunson when Julius Randle had that one great year. So it's a symbol, but I think more important is where it puts them, where that 50 win puts them in the playoff picture.
Yeah, we'll see where it puts them in the playoff picture. And speaking of that playoff picture, a Knicks win over the Bulls on Sunday and a Bucks loss would give New York the 2nd seed heading into the playoffs. With how jumbled the Eastern Conference playoff picture is heading into the final day of the regular season, Steph, this is a question I've been hearing a lot from Knicks fans. Is the team better off finishing in the 2 spot or the 3 spot? What do you say?
2, just because, first of all, you have home court advantage until the conference finals, and then you avoid Boston until the conference finals. Because, at this point, it's too hard to predict who you're going to get in the first round. I think if I'm the Knicks, and they won't say this out loud, but if I'm the Knicks, I want to avoid Miami. I want to avoid Philadelphia in the first round. You don't know how that's going to happen because there's, like you said, it's so jumbled that I think those teams can finish anywhere from, and I'm not exactly sure because it's so jumbled, but I think it's anywhere from 5th to 8th. I'm talking about Miami and Philadelphia. So you don't know how that's going to end up. But I think what you can control is getting into the 2nd seed and hoping that Milwaukee loses. And they can only do that by beating Chicago. So I think, if I'm the Knicks, I'm saying I'm going to try to win this game. I'm trying to get the 2nd seed because it's going to give us the best position to get to the conference finals and maybe pull off an upset there.
Yeah, and that's what Knicks fans would absolutely like to see. So they head into this game against the Bulls on Sunday. The Bulls, they're locked into the 9th spot in the play-in tournament. How do you expect Tom Thibodeau and company to approach this game in terms of rotation minutes and playing time for starters? How do you expect them to approach this one?
I think they're playing to win. The Bulls are a different story, and we'll see how it all unfolds with, hey, the Knicks might get off to such a big lead that Tom Thibodeau might actually sit his play. But, what's funny is In Boston, they were up, I think, 31 points or something. And, he's pulled his starters for the fourth quarter, and you could tell he was nervous, man, because the Boston got it back to single digits. And Tom Thibodeau was legitimately ticked off after that game about how they finished it. So it goes back to what he always says: no lead is safe. The guy is traumatized by something that happened in like 2003 with Tracy McGrady scoring 15 points in seconds or something like that. And here's the funny thing about that, him being traumatized by that. Tracy McGrady was on his team. So he was traumatized by something that happened on his own team, and it has kind of left him scarred. And he's like, man, I don't feel comfortable sitting anybody. I don't expect the Knicks to sit anybody at the start of this game. And unless this lead is very, very, very secure, he's going to keep his starters in for as long as possible.
Yeah, that's a great point. I forgot about that. That Tracy McGrady was actually on his team. He was a beneficiary of McGrady's comeback performance.
He's still traumatized by it.
And he's like, nope, not going to let this happen to me. Can't let it happen at all. That is Stefan Bondy. He will have you covered for the Knicks regular season finale against the Bulls on Sunday. Steph also hopefully will be doing some more stuff with me for the Knicks postseason on New York Got Game. We'll have more to tell you guys about that later. Steph, enjoy the season finale. It's about to be playoff time, so I know you're about to get into playoff mode, and we will talk soon, my friend.
All right, man. Good to talk to you.